Hey guys, what's up? It's Looney TNT. So today we're going to talk about why Classic is going to do so well. There's a lot of questions going on, and what's Classic? What is it going to do? What's it going to be? Why do you want to play Classic? Classic sucks. Classic this. I'm going to tell you guys why I want to play Classic and why I'm excited about Classic. But first we need to talk about the current state of World of Warcraft and where I'm at with it, because this is just my opinion. My opinion means nothing. My opinion is entertainment for you guys to listen to and get a perspective of me. Everybody's different. How I feel about current day World of Warcraft is it's amazing. I know that might shock a few of you guys, but when you look at the game right now, there are definitely some hiccups and definitely some stuff that could be changed, but the game right now is absolutely phenomenal. The raid encounters, the way you can get a group so fast, the PvP queue system, everything is great. If you want to go hardcore, we can go Mythic, right? There's a lot of people who have never experienced Mythic. There's a lot of people that don't understand Mythic because it's too hard, because there's much stuff going on. You have to have a set amount of people. Sure, Titan Forging has ruined that a lot, but that doesn't ruin the fact if you want to go into a hardcore environment, you can. And we also have a very casual environment with normal, right? I don't even talk about looking for raid, because looking for raid is just kind of a let's queue and do something, right? But normal is a very easy environment that everybody can get into. As long as you're a proper eye level, everybody can do normal mode. I think the game, there is so much to do in World of Warcraft. I don't think there's anybody right now currently playing that has everything done at this time. I'm sure back in the day, you know, there was someone that got all the achievements, got everything. But current day, I don't think anybody has everything done. And if there is, there might be one or two, right? There's so much to do. Mount collecting, pet battles, collecting all your pets, collecting all your transmogs, your achievements, all those achievements. This game is just never ending. So anybody that says they're bored of World of Warcraft usually has only experienced 10%, if that, of World of Warcraft, because they haven't ventured out and did all those other things. It's like, oh, I'm bored of World of Warcraft. Well, have you cleared Mythic? Have you become a gladiator? How many battle packs do you have, right? How many mounts do you have? What's your achievement points at? How many capped characters do you have? There's so much. And I think people take that for granted because, you know, we go in-game, right? I do, definitely. My job is to cap a character, get as high eye level as I can, try to do as much damage or healing or tanking, mitigation, whatever that I can, and try to clear the raids and have fun. But there's so much more. So much more. I think the game is at a great state. Like I said, there are things that could be different. But when you look at it, the game is very polished right now. When we go to Classic, Classic does not play like the game we play today. It is very clunky, very easy. But when I say easy, I don't mean, it's more of a grind, right? Now, let's get into this. I'm not worried about the gaming experience when it comes to Classic, because the gaming experience back then was great. It was, you know, there were other MMOs, but World of Warcraft was World of Warcraft. It was on a different level. I remember playing EverQuest and hearing people talk about this World of Warcraft. We're leaving to go play World of Warcraft. And I'm like, World of Warcraft? Why would you play World of Warcraft? And then I went over to one of my friend's house and I played this World of Warcraft. And it was everything that I wanted an MMO to be, right? It was absolutely amazing. Now, if you look at gameplay from today and gameplay from then, gameplay now is way better. Way better. It's smoother. Everything's better. But when you look at it back then, what we're missing, this is what we're missing, and I hope Blizzard will see this, because there's a few things that we need that we lost along the path. Community is number one. We lost it. We really did. When did we lose that? Well, I'm not sure if you guys remember this, but back in the day, your realm was your realm. That was your realm. Right? So, me being the noob that was running around looking at people, I got to see these people that I looked up to, as weird as that sounds. I saw these people that had gear that was just amazing. I looked at these guys and I was like, this guy's got shoulders. How do I get these shoulders? Right? That might sound weird to some of you guys, but it definitely was a thing. It's like, this guy's got shoulders. I remember the first Kodo that I ever saw. Shook my screen when I was running around. I was like, what the heck is going on here? It was a magical place, and you had those memories, but it was the community. People weren't afraid to help you out. If you sucked, and you were in someone's guild or group, it wasn't a vote kick system. It was, hey dude, have you tried this? What spell are you using? Try doing this. And all of a sudden, you were doing a little bit better, right? Hey man, stay behind the tank. Let the tank go first. Okay. They didn't just kick you. It was a community. Getting to the dungeon was a community effort. It wasn't just, hey man, I need to summon. No, we got there and we battled through to get to the portal to go into the dungeon. Everything was elites everywhere. I don't know if you guys remember that. We had a battle to get there. It was like a separate instance to get to the dungeon. It was amazing. You made a lot of friends. And those friends helped you out throughout your journey. You got these guys that didn't just, hey, all right, you queue in and then you queue out and you never see them again. You saw those characters. You saw them in town. Dude, how'd you get 5 levels already? Or how'd you get that gear, man? Look at that. It's crazy. Grats. I remember looking up to a lot of people who got some amazing gear, and I would ask them questions. I would stop in town and I'd whisper them and ask them their advice on things that they did. And there was not a lot, back then, but there was little things that would help you out, and you don't get that today. Now, why was that? Your realm was your realm. There was no cross-realm assist or anything like that. When you saw these guys were around, and when you saw those alliance were around. The guy who ganks you over and over and over, you knew his name. You knew where he hung out, right? That gave us the Horde versus the Alliance. That was a giant part of this game. Now, we're going into the next expansion, going into Horde versus Alliance. But let's be real here. It is not Horde versus Alliance. I don't care what they do. They're disabling PvP. You can actually flag to be on and off. And today's day and age, with streamers and all that other stuff, yeah, it's going to definitely be a positive thing. But if you're on a PvP realm, you were Horde and you did not make an Alliance character. Well, you couldn't. Well, unless you switch realms. You actually couldn't make a Alliance and Horde character on the same realm. It used to be that way. It was different. The community, the feel of the world was different. And that's what they're missing. They're missing the MMO part of World of Warcraft. That's what I'm excited for. So when people talk about, well, Classic sucks. Classic is not as great as the modern day World of Warcraft. But the community is. When you build that community, when you're a douchebag on your realm, people know it. You just don't get invited. People will not take you. You probably didn't have the attunement anyway, right? You probably weren't attuned. People won't take you. It won't matter. So, why I'm excited about Classic is not because, oh, it's Classic, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait for the community to build. There's going to be, you know, those toxic people. There's going to be those toxic guilds, right? But that's what's going to make it fun. We're going to have the good guys. We're going to have the bad guys. We're going to have the Horde. And we're going to have the Alliance. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see that. And be a part of that. Because the first time I ever got to play was very late in vanilla. I didn't get to experience all the stuff that everybody else did. And I didn't even play until the Burning Crusade. I played on a friend's game. So I just screwed around, did my thing. And that was it. But I will tell you this one thing. This last thing before I go too crazy epic on. Oh, the community, right? The moment that I will always remember, I don't know, I was probably like level 10, 15, somewhere in there. I didn't have enough money to buy my spells. And that might sound kind of weird to some of you guys, but you used to have to buy your spells and things. You had to buy upgrades. You didn't just get them, you actually had to go back to the place to actually learn the spells, right? That was a thing too. But I remember this warrior. He was level 30. I was like, oh, this dude's level 30? And I whispered him and I asked him, I was like, hey man, I think it was like 30 silver or something like that. Not very much. I was like, hey, do you have 30 silver? I'm trying to learn this spell. And I forget what spell it was. And he trades me 30 gold. Yeah. 30 gold. I was like, oh, I'm rich. And back then, 30 gold was really good. Really good, right? I was able to buy a full set of white gear from the vendors, and I was balling, right? I was like, yeah, 30 gold. And, you know, people don't do that anymore, you know? A lot of people scam too, but people don't do that anymore, you know? And, you know, I asked him a few questions about the warrior class. He gave me a few answers, and we went on our ways. But it will always be something that I remember, and I wish I would have wrote his name down or something, you know. But it's an experience that I've never really gotten on any of the other expansions. One, because I'm not a noob anymore, and well, I'm still a noob, but you know, I don't beg for money and things like I did back then. But it was just it was a great experience and something that I will never forget. And there's also another warrior story that I'll never forget. I need to play my warrior more. I definitely do. But and I'll tell you that story later. I've said it before, but it was a story of why I got into raiding. I'm sure I told this story before. It's probably on the video or the channel somewhere, but I'll tell it for the newer people that are subscribed. So that sums it up. It's why I'm excited about Classic. It's not about the gameplay, guys. It's about the game. It's about the people, the community, the war of the Horde versus the Alliance. Man, I'm pumped. I'm ready. All right, guys. Like, favorite, share, subscribe. Do what you need to do. And I will talk to you guys soon.